Hi guys. Let me know if you can hear me. If anybody's on here, I have my microphone. Um, we had some technical difficulties there for a second, starting with me needing to Google how do I start a live Instagram video. Sorry about that. Um, so today I kind of just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how you can take care of yourself and how you can take care of others during the COVID-19 outbreak. Oh my, Blair, sorry. I'm laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. I'm not a technology person. When Blair emailed me last week and was like, "Do you want to do an Instagram live?" I was like, "I've never done that before. I don't normally go on the internet to talk to nobody." So anyway, but I love seeing all you guys waving. I haven't seen some of you in such a long time. Yeah, but let's kind of get started on what I'm here to talk about. If you see me looking over this way, it's because I am on my laptop right now and kind of like looking at my notes, so I'm not ignoring you. Hi, Terry. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I have my microphone in, and sometimes people can't hear me. All right. Well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Hannah Larson. I'm a model, obviously, with TCM Models in Seattle. I'm also a writer, and Blair says loud and clear. I'm a writer and a founder of the blog, The Healthful Model, where I just write recipes and a lot about the environment. I also work for our local NBC affiliate, King 5, where I share most of what's on my blog, also on TV as well, on New Day Northwest. And more of that will be coming as soon as we are not in quarantine anymore. It's been a really crazy time, and it's been really heavy for a lot of us. I know, we are all dealing with loss in some way or another, whether it's with work or my hope is not people at this point. But, we really need to be safe and take care of ourselves. By the way, is anybody else wearing Juicy sweats? I didn't even know that they made these anymore, which they probably don't. They were Amazon deal of the day, but I was like, I think I have to have some of those. I haven't worn them since 7th grade. So get Juicy sweats. And if you're like quarantining in jeans, that's impressive because you should be like wearing sweats. So yeah, I know we're all dealing with loss, and we're dealing with a time that's like kind of interesting, and we're really starting to see the impacts on society and the economy. And Anastasia, oh my gosh, I love you. This is like terrible for my rampant ADHD. I wonder if there's a way to turn off the comments. So let's just kind of start. I'm going over to my blog post that I wrote about this on my website, and I'm seeing a lot of questions here. It seems like things are like pretty out of control right now, and the one thing that we really can do is take care of ourselves and be taking care of others safely, and that means practicing social distancing. I'm going to take my glasses off because I can actually see now. So one thing that I think is really important and obviously kind of obvious is that you can exercise. There are a lot of things that you can do from home, and of course, like if you are not showing symptoms, of course you can go out for a walk or like run or something in your neighborhood, as long as you're keeping social distance from other people. And it's obviously easier to do if you're not in a crowded area, but you can obviously drive to like a park or something where for sure that you're going to have more space. So I think that's a really important thing, to just like keep your endorphins going. And then obviously like exercise can boost your immune system. It's obviously not going to prevent you from getting COVID-19, but if you can just keep your immune system in top shape, that's a really important thing that you can do right now. On my website, actually, shameless plug there, I have a list of at-home workouts and streaming services. I think there's over 20 options. A lot of them are subscription services, so you do have to pay for them, but I'm noticing now like people are offering an extended free trial on a lot of things, so it's a good time to like just try a few different workouts from home. And then, when your free trial is up, you can like either pay to do more, or you can, I'm just seeing all these waves. This is so cute. I've never done this before. Or you can like move on to the next thing and see what you like. And then there's also on that same blog post on my website, which is just my name, hannahblarson.com. There's a lot of free workouts as well from like YouTube. I mean, there's a million things that you can do for free, so you don't have to pay. The other thing that I think is really important right now is to just stay connected. We are really privileged to be able to have all of this technology now and FaceTime. Hopefully you're not like as awkward as me on camera, but there are a lot of different ways that you can connect. Even just like calling your grandparents. I think that that's something that, you can really brighten somebody's day, especially older people that might not be like as savvy with technology would be, just call or like send a card. Obviously, don't lick the envelope because we don't want to spread germs. But yeah, connecting digitally, like even last weekend, my neighbors and I had like a virtual happy hour. So you can get really creative with what you're going to do to connect with people. And I think it's just important to, even send a text to your friend and say, how are you doing? I'm thinking about you. This is a really good show that I'm watching. Oh, I just see my husband. He just like put a little heart face at the bottom. Yeah, so stay connected with people. Do your best to reach out, and especially those like more vulnerable populations like the elderly. That's really important. So let's do that. The other thing too is to take a break. I am like an NPR junkie, and I can listen to the news and have like my NPR and like CNN on in the background, and whatever news source, and take a break. Like if you're feeling more anxious than you are empowered about like what's happening in the news right now, take a break and just go do your workout, read a book. And, it's important to be informed and to know what's going on at a local level, and then also just like what's happening globally. So take a break, know what's going on, but if there's a point where, it gets to be too much, certainly take a break. And then lastly, like just a way to take care of yourself is to really let go of expectations. And that's one that I've been working on. This has really changed our way of living. And a lot of us are, for independent contractors, we are out of work right now, and that's, for safety reasons, and that's important. But, there's no really right way to feel in a pandemic. Like we don't really have a way of, like a lot of us haven't lived through something like this before. Oh, I see Sasha. Hi, Sasha. How are you doing? So let go of expectations. Last week, I would be surprised if we were not all just like eating cookies and feeling bad for ourselves. And like, that's fine. I definitely did that. I made Rice Krispie treats last night, and like, that's what we had for dinner, maybe with wine. I'm not going to admit on here, but it's true. So, whatever makes you feel better. Also, like, of course, with that said, like stay healthy and keep your immune system in top shape, because even if you get a cold or something that you could prevent, like it's still a strain on our healthcare system, and we are just like so low on resources, and our doctors are so overworked right now. So do take care of yourself, but my God, have fun. So I want to talk also to how you can take care of others, because I think people are kind of really wanting to see how they can help in the community. And there actually are quite a few ways that you can help. I'm just looking at my notes here. Of course, like when helping other people, like we want to make sure that we're taking precautions to, flatten the curve. So obviously, like, we're not going to necessarily be interacting with people, but there are a few different ways. Let's start. So obviously, supporting local businesses, that's really like our small businesses right now, if you can. And I know like not everybody is financially able to do so at the moment, and that's completely fine. But if there's businesses in your area that are offering takeout services, or like your favorite small boutique has an online store, you can certainly like shop from there if you're able to, just so that these businesses are still there for us when this is over. There are ways to safely do that, and there is some information out there, and I don't have the facts right now to share with you, but you should look up, like, if you were to order takeout, what are some precautions you can take when like handling the food containers, because certainly like we don't necessarily know like symptoms for COVID-19 don't arise for 14 days. So somebody might be a carrier and not have symptoms and be handling food. So I believe that there is some information out there on like how you can sanitize a box and whatnot. So yeah, food, coffee, there are still some places that are doing like takeaway. Certainly you can like buy a gift card. So like in the future, when our businesses are reopened, you can go shop and do those types of things. I'm looking at my notes here. So another thing that has really decreased right now, and partially because of the panic buying that's happening right now, we'll talk about that in a little bit. There's just a decrease in food bank donations. And I know that for like a fact, actually, in the Seattle area, that things are quite low. And I believe it's sort of like a national thing at this point, because grocery stores do provide a lot of the food that goes into food banks. So if I know we are all like kind of trying to prepare and have things on hand for ourselves, but if you have like an abundance of something, or a non-perishable food item that is something that you're not going to use, consider donating it to your local food bank. And you can call ahead of time just to see how they are like handling donations at this time. You might just be able to like drop it off. I highly doubt you'll have to interact with somebody. Just make sure you're being safe. And I know all of these places are likely taking precautions, so there's a way to do that safely. Another thing that has kind of declined because of social distancing, which social distancing is good, but blood donations are very low right now. We need about 1,000 people in the Seattle area to donate blood every day to have enough blood supply in our blood banks. So I've looked on like Bloodworks, which is a local Seattle company that takes blood. That it is still considered a safe activity. They are taking precautions. You can go on their website, Bloodworks, and see what their safety precautions are in regards to like if you have even like cold symptoms. Obviously you can't go, but you can also call. Okay, and then the other thing, another way that you could reach out in your community is I know in the Seattle area, there are 520,000 kids that rely on subsidized meals at school, and meaning like they get lunch, their lunch is paid for at school by the government. And so right now with schools shut down, there are a lot of children and families that don't have food and enough to eat. And so there are a few organizations in the area that are addressing this problem, but I think the easiest way would be to just reach out to your local school district and see if there's a way that you can support like maybe just one family, if you can. Of course, I know like not everybody can do that, but this is just a suggestion. Like if action here. Oh, sorry, it just paused there for a second. So yeah, reach out to your local school district, see how you can help kids in need in your area. That's probably, one thing that is pretty easy to do. Also, maybe like your local Boys and Girls Club, they might have like a way that you can help underserved kids as well. A few other things here. Ways that you can help. I would say like you can cook a meal or offer to help healthcare workers or other essential employees with, there's a few different ways that you could do that. But actually, if you're in the Seattle area and you're interested in helping healthcare workers on the front lines, either with like food or childcare, there are some like stipulations. I actually have a contact email from somebody at Evergreen Hospital. So send me a direct message after this and I can connect you with somebody there. Another thing that's really important is not to hoard food. Like I know, people want to stock up. So we're not going to the grocery store that much, and that completely makes sense. And I agree and have kind of been a little bit guilty of like buying more than I need. But, when you go out and you buy way too much of something, there's consequences for vulnerable and disadvantaged populations, people who might not have the privilege of being able to shop around or go to multiple retailers to find what they need. So it's important that when you do go out, try to just get the absolute most essential things that you need. And beyond that, just like keep in mind that everybody is feeling the same panic. And if we don't buy so much at one time, there will be enough every time that we go to the store. So just keep that in mind. This one's important. So information is power. And when sharing news on digital platforms or with friends and family, be sure you're just sharing from reputable sources. The less misinformation we spread about the COVID-19 virus, the more people will listen to advice from legitimate experts and physicians who are on the front lines. So that's important. And then the last thing I would just like to mention, there are a lot of resources that like rely on donations, like homeless shelters, soup kitchens, community centers, even like our hospitals and clinics are taking donations of certain things right now. So many places are running low on resources and supplies and could potentially need something that you have an excess of. So if you have extra anything and you want to disperse that to someone who might need that more than you at this time, I would encourage you to reach out to a few places, because I know even like people are posting on social media. Like I saw the other day in Seattle, the Ronald McDonald House that's adjacent to Seattle Children's Hospital was running low even just on like hand soap, and they were taking donations there. So certainly consider looking into things like that. And there's like such little ways that we can be helpful to our community and be leaders. So just take a moment to kind of think about what you might be able to do. And kind of lastly, I guess wrapping up here, continue to practice proper hand hygiene. I'm sure you heard that like 50 million times, but it really is important to wash your hands. Hand sanitizer is great, but soap and water is the most efficacious way that you can remove any potential virus from your hands. Social distancing is really important when you're navigating essential public spaces, which at this point in Washington State is just pharmacies, grocery stores, hospitals, and just take good care of yourself, exercise, eat well, take care of your mental health. Reach out if to a friend or Leo, my husband is asking if I'm taking questions. I guess if you have questions, you can ask below. And take care of those around you as well, and just practice kindness, and we will certainly get through this very interesting time together. And it just takes a little bit of creativity and a little resilience, and I know we are all capable of that. So This has been really fun. This is my first Instagram live. I can't believe this worked out finally, but it was so fun being here with you guys today. And be sure you follow me. My website is hannahblarson.com, and you can find me on Instagram as well. So have a good day and take care.